welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing kind of my like everyday makeup tutorial. I've done one of these like pretty recently, but I changed a couple products, and so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. So first of all, excuse my face, I have these huge bags, but the first thing I'm going to do is pin my hair back. I use these little pins. I do not know where they're from, but I want to get new ones from Amazon soon because these ones are like all rusty because I've had them for years. I cleanse my face with the CeraVe cleanser, like one of them. I don't know exactly which one, but I'll put a picture up on this screen for you guys. So I'm using the Drunk Elephant whipped cream moisturizer. I've started using this like a couple months ago, and at first I didn't really use it that much because it's pretty thick moisturizer and I didn't really like the feeling of it, but I've kind of gotten used to it. And honestly, now that I moved to Canada and the weather is like so much drier than in California, this has been coming in clutch, honestly. And then I use the hydration serum by Drunk Elephant. This one I actually like a lot. I've been using it for a while, and it's more of like a gel. It's not like a cream. It almost feels like water on your skin. Like, it doesn't really feel like you're putting in product, which I really like. So I'm sure you guys have noticed, but I haven't posted in a while because I post every day, which is a lot of work, but I have a lot of stuff pre-filmed because the moving was pretty last minute, like moving from the US. It wasn't like planned like months in advance, so I didn't really have time to like pre-film videos so that I would have a break once I got here. So I kind of have been like backed up with videos and just having to do a lot of stuff and trying to get used to living back home. So I figured I would give myself a little break and kind of chill for a bit. And I've been pre-filming a couple videos and just editing like a little bit every day instead of having to edit like full videos in a day, which is a lot of work. But that's basically why I haven't posted anything in a bit. And then I put on some sunscreen. I have not been good at putting sunscreen. This is the Unseen sunscreen by Supergoop. I hate the feeling of sunscreen, but this one feels like one of those like primer, almost like the Smashbox primer. So it feels like almost dry once you put it on your skin. So the makeup that I'm going to be doing today is pretty natural. I don't really do a lot of makeup, I guess. I mean, for some people it's probably going to be considered a lot, but it's not like a full face. I feel like it's not too much, and it doesn't look like you have a lot of makeup on, which is really what I've been trying to do. Now we're gonna get into makeup. I'm gonna be using the Pore Diffusing Primer by Rare Beauty. This is like the mini size because I wanted to try it out before I buy the full one. I don't always use primers, to be honest. My dog is like breathing really loud. I don't really need like a super long lasting primer, so I really like this one, and I'm probably going to be buying the full bottle once I'm done with the mini one. And now I use the Hollywood Flawless Filter. It's kind of like a primer-ish and like a foundation, I guess, at the same time. I'm using the shade 2.5 Fair, but honestly, it's a bit dark for me now because I'm not tan anymore because I don't live in California anymore, so it's not a lot of sun here. Since it's so light coverage, usually it doesn't really matter. This is really good. I've been using it for a year and a half, and I haven't really used other foundations besides that. I've obviously like used other foundations before then, but they've all been like full coverage and stuff, and I don't know, it just feels like you have so much stuff on your face that. But now I'm gonna go and wet my beauty blender because it just works a lot better when your beauty blender is wet. So I'll be right back. So I use the actual like beauty blender brand, but I used to use Real Techniques one, and they work honestly like the same. So this is what my face looks like after the Hollywood filter. But now I'm gonna use concealer. I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty. This is just a regular concealer. I don't know the exact name of it, but I'll put it on the screen. And I'm using the shade 170W. It's a really thick concealer, which I personally like because I feel like it covers better. Obviously, like if you don't have a lot of spots to cover or anything and you just want it for like under your eyes, maybe I would go for like a not as thick concealer. I feel like under your eyes it might crease a little bit if you don't set it especially. A little goes a long way with this. And then I'm just gonna blend it out. I haven't been using this for super long, maybe like a month or two, but honestly it's one of my favorites. And now I'm gonna use the Chanel Cream Bronzer. This is in 390 Tan Bronze. I've been using this. I've had this exact like product for a while, like for at least a year, and I still have like a lot of it left. Honestly, it's probably expired, but it works pretty well. And then I use one of these like buffing brush. I have no idea where I got this from. You can get these pretty much anywhere. Since I'm not tan, this is a bit dark on me and like a bit orange, I guess. So I put like the tiniest bit, and then I kind of put it on like my neck. It kind of helps because there is definitely a bit of a difference between my face and my neck because of the foundation, but this helps like even it out. So now I'm gonna use a liquid blush. Today I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty one. This is in the color Bliss, which I think is the color that matches my skin the best. Then I would either go for this one or the Charlotte Tilbury. This one is the pink Gasm one, and I blend this with the like back of my beauty blender. And now I'm gonna put on some liquid highlighter. This is again the Rare Beauty one. This one is the color Mesmerize. So I guess that's it for like the liquid products and like cream products. Now I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. This is the Expert Foundation brush, and I'm gonna set my face. I use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've used this since literally high school, so I also like the One Size Beauty one and the Fenty Beauty ones. They're really good. But basically I just put a bit on my brush, and to make sure I don't like have creases under my eye, I go in with the beauty blender and set it right away. I just kind of tap it in like that. So I just put that all over my face. I'm gonna use now a spoolie brush through my eyebrows because they kind of got a bit of products in them, so I want to make sure they're all clean. I don't fill in my eyebrows because, as you can tell, they're really dark. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow gel. I also use tinted ones depending on how I feel, to be honest, but this one I feel like works really well. And now I'm gonna move on to eyeshadow. So I have quite a bit of palettes that I kind of go back and forth with. I honestly really like this Morphe and Madison Beer palette. If you want like a natural palette that has lots of colors and shades, this is honestly perfect. I obviously really like this shade. This palette is so dirty. Yeah, it's on its last couple days, but this is the Pretty Basic Tarte palette, and I use the shade Basic pretty much. It's just supposed to be a bronzer, so I could honestly just use my bronzer. I think this brush is from Kylie Cosmetics. I kind of go in all over my eyelid and a bit in my crease. This just gives like a bit of definition to your face. Then I use this tiny angle brush. This is from Morphe. This is from their like Madison Beer collection, I guess, and I use the shade Chloe right here, which is like a dark brown. I personally like this more than eyeliner. And then I put like a bit under my eyes, so this is what it looks like. And then I use like a fat brush, like this type of brush. I use the shade Pretty, which you could also use just kind of any highlighter and it would work. I put this like in the corner and then a bit under my eyebrows. That's pretty much it for eyeshadow. Now I'm going to do my mascara and my lashes. So first I'm going to use an eyelash curler. This one is the Wet n Wild one, but probably gonna buy a new one soon because this one is like really old. So I just kind of curl them a little bit because my eyelashes are pretty long, but they're like pretty straight. So if I just put mascara on them without curling them, then they look really short. And I'm gonna use the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. I feel like this is definitely like one of the best drugstore ones. And then I use the Rare Beauty mascara. I'll put the name of it on the screen. And lastly, I use a spoolie and I just brush through. I use the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush bronzer. This is in the shade 2 medium. I've had this for so long, but it's honestly one of my favorite. Kind of just go back where I put the cream one, and also a bit on my forehead. And then I use like a flat brush like this. This is from Morphe, and I contour my nose a bit. And then I use the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blush. This is in the shade Ecstasy, and you really don't need too much. And then for my highlighter, I use the REM Beauty highlighter. This one is in Miss Mercury, and then on the tip of my nose as well. And then I'm gonna put on some setting spray. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. Once again, I've had this for a while. As you can tell, I use these lip glows by Dior, and they are really natural. Like this one is in 15 Cherry. Probably just gonna have this on today. So that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment any videos you guys want to see, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.